Each morning, as the first rays of light break through the night, you are given a sacred moment, a doorway into infinite possibilities. This is the hour where heaven touches earth, where the seeds of triumph are sown. If you choose, this moment can set the course of your day and life toward unwavering victory. Prayer is the key to this door. Not empty words or desperate pleas, but prayer spoken with conviction. Speak boldly as one who knows that what they desire is already theirs. Thank you, Lord, for the victory you have secured for me today. Thank you for the strength to overcome every obstacle. I walk in abundance, peace, and power, for these are your promises to me. God's promises are eternal, unchanging, and alive. I will never leave you nor forsake you. You are more than a conqueror. These words are not mere encouragement, they are spiritual laws. When you claim them as your own, you align yourself with the will of the divine. But claiming promises is not enough. You must see them fulfilled in your imagination. Before the battle begins, the victory must be won in the mind. Picture yourself walking boldly into every challenge. See the obstacles parting before you. Feel the joy of triumph as though it has already happened. Gratitude is the power that multiplies your blessings. Start your morning not with complaints or doubts, but with thanksgiving. Even before the day unfolds, thank God for what you are about to receive. Thank you for the doors you are opening, for the peace that fills my heart, for the abundance that flows to me. Gratitude transforms prayers from wishes into reality. Walk into your day with faith unshaken. Fear is a thief. It steals the joy of the moment and blocks the flow of blessings. But faith is the key that unlocks every promise. When doubts whisper, silence them with affirmations of truth. God is for me, so nothing can stand against me. This morning as you rise, know that you hold the power to unlock victory. Speak life, visualize your triumph, claim God's promises, and walk boldly into the day. You are not hoping for victory, you are living it. Each morning is a gift, a sacred opportunity to align with the divine promises that are ever present and waiting to unfold in your life. It is not just the start of a new day, but a portal through which you can step into a reality filled with blessings, triumphs, and untapped potential. How you choose to begin your morning shapes not only the hours that follow, but also the trajectory of your life. The morning is not a passive transition from night to day, it is a divine threshold, an opening where the infinite meets the finite and where your faith and intentions have the power to create your reality. The stillness of the morning is unlike any other time. Before the world awakens and distractions take hold, there is a purity in the atmosphere, a calmness that invites connection with the divine. This sacred moment is an offering, a reminder that you can start anew. Regardless of the challenges of yesterday, each morning brings a fresh canvas. It whispers of renewal, beckoning you to leave behind the mistakes, doubts, and fears of the past and step forward with hope, confidence, and faith. In this quiet hour, you have the unique ability to direct your thoughts and align your spirit with God's promises. These promises are not hidden or reserved for a select few. They are abundant and available to all who dare to claim them. The promises of peace, provision, healing, and victory are written in the divine law, waiting for you to embrace them. But to do so, you must make the morning your sacred time to connect with these truths. This connection is not just about asking for blessings, it is about affirming and believing that they are already yours. Consider the morning as the planting ground for your day. Just as a farmer sows seeds in fertile soil, your thoughts, prayers, and declarations in the morning are the seeds that will bear fruit throughout the day. When you speak words of faith and gratitude, you set into motion the spiritual forces that align circumstances in your favor. Declare with boldness, today is a day of victory. God's hand guides my steps, and everything I need flows to me with ease. Such affirmations are not mere words, they are creative acts, shaping the unseen into the tangible. But to truly unlock the power of the morning, you must recognize its sacredness and approach it with intention. Many rush into the day, distracted by tasks and overwhelmed by the demands of life. In doing so, they miss the divine invitation that morning offers, a chance to pause, reflect, and prepare spiritually for the hours ahead. By dedicating even a few moments to prayer, meditation, or simply sitting in stillness, You create a foundation for the day that cannot be shaken. In this time, allow yourself to visualize the day ahead, not with fear or anxiety, but with the certainty of victory. See yourself navigating challenges with grace and achieving goals effortlessly. Picture the blessings that await you and feel the gratitude for them as though they have already come to pass. This act of visualization is a spiritual practice that aligns your mind and spirit with the reality you wish to manifest. Gratitude is an essential part of this sacred morning ritual. When you wake with a heart full of thanksgiving, you unlock a deeper awareness of the blessings already present in your life. Gratitude magnifies these blessings and draws more to you. Begin each day by thanking God for the gift of life, for the opportunities that lie ahead, and for the unseen miracles that are already working in your favor. The morning is not simply the beginning of a day, it is the beginning of creation. Each thought, each word, and each intention you set in the morning carries the power to shape your reality. Approach it with reverence, for it is in these first moments that you decide the direction of your life. Recognize the morning for what it truly is, a divine gateway to victory, a sacred opening through which blessings and triumph flow into your life. Let each morning remind you of the infinite possibilities that lie within you and the unchanging promises of God that are always ready to be fulfilled. Words hold a profound power, far beyond what is often realized. They are not merely sounds or expressions, they are creative forces shaping the world around you and within you. What you speak becomes a reflection of your inner beliefs, and those words go out into the world, setting into motion events, circumstances, and outcomes. Spoken prayers and affirmations are more than just words, they are seeds of victory, carrying within them the potential to bring forth life, abundance, and strength. When you pray or declare something with conviction, you are engaging in an act of creation. Every word you speak aligns with either faith or doubt, abundance or lack, strength or weakness. To speak life is to choose words that affirm your belief in possibilities, miracles, and divine intervention. When you say, "I am strong," you are not simply stating a fact, you are declaring a spiritual truth that transcends any physical or emotional limitations you might feel. Similarly, when you affirm, "Abundance flows to me effortlessly," you are calling forth the unseen into the seen, creating a pathway for blessings to manifest in your life. The Bible says, "Death and life are in the power of the tongue." This is not a metaphor, but a spiritual law. Your words have the ability to build up or tear down, to heal or to harm, to bring clarity or confusion. What you say about yourself, your circumstances, and your future carries immense weight. If you constantly speak words of defeat, "I'll never succeed, things always go wrong for me, I'm not good enough," you are planting seeds of failure and lack. These seeds take root in your mind and spirit, growing into self-fulfilling prophecies. But when you choose to speak life, abundance, and strength, you change the narrative. You are no longer a victim of circumstances, you become a co-creator with the divine. Imagine starting each day by declaring, "I am blessed, I am favored, and I am equipped to handle everything that comes my way." Such affirmations shift your focus from fear and doubt to faith and confidence. They do not merely make you feel better in the moment, they begin to reshape your reality. Spoken prayers, too, are acts of faith. When you pray, you are not begging or pleading, you are standing in the knowledge that God's promises are already fulfilled. A prayer of faith says, "Thank you, Lord, for the abundance you have provided. Thank you for the strength you have given me. I walk in victory because I trust in your word." Such prayers carry a certainty that moves mountains. They are not requests but declarations of what is already true in the spiritual realm, waiting to manifest in the physical. It is essential to speak these words aloud. Thoughts are powerful, but spoken words amplify that power. When you declare something with your voice, you engage your mind, body, and spirit in alignment. The vibrations of your words echo into the universe, aligning the forces of creation with your intentions. This is why it is so important to guard your tongue. Every word spoken carelessly or in frustration can undo the seeds of victory you have planted. Speaking abundance means affirming that there is always more than enough for you, that lack has no place in your life. It means declaring that opportunities are endless, resources are infinite, and you are deserving of every good thing. When you say, I am abundant, you are not ignoring your current challenges, you are choosing to see beyond them, to the truth that abundance is your birthright. To speak strength is to affirm that no matter what comes your way, you are resilient and capable. It is to reject the lies of weakness and inadequacy and to claim the truth of divine empowerment. Say aloud, I am strong, I am fearless, and I am guided by wisdom. These words build a fortress within you, a foundation that cannot be shaken. Words are seeds, and every seed has the potential to grow into something magnificent. But the harvest depends on the seeds you choose to plant. Will you plant seeds of doubt and fear, or will you plant seeds of life, abundance, and strength? The choice is yours, and the power is in your tongue. Speak victory into existence, for your words are the beginning of your triumph. God's promises are eternal, unchanging, and unfailing. They are not just words written in Scripture, they are alive, active, and waiting to be claimed by those who believe. These promises form the foundation of faith, offering assurance in times of uncertainty and strength in moments of doubt. They are the pillars upon which we build our lives, guiding us toward manifestation and victory. To understand the power of God's promises is to recognize their permanence and their ability to transform every aspect of your life. Throughout Scripture, God's promises are not conditional on human perfection, but are rooted in His unchanging nature. He declares, my word will not return to me void, but it will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it. This means every promise God has made is already active, charged with divine power, and fully capable of coming to pass. What remains is for you to claim them with unwavering faith. These promises are not hidden or distant, they are written clearly, waiting to be spoken, believed, and acted upon. Consider the promise of provision. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. This is not a mere poetic expression, it is a declaration of divine abundance and care. To claim this promise is to trust that your needs will always be met, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. It is to walk through life with the assurance that lack has no place in your story, for God's provision is constant and sufficient. When you align yourself with this promise, fear of scarcity fades, and you step into a mindset of abundance, opening the door for manifestation. The promise of strength is another profound truth. I can do all things through Christ, who strengthens me. This is not an empty encouragement, but a divine assurance that you are equipped to face any challenge. To claim this promise is to reject the lie of inadequacy and embrace the truth of divine empowerment. It means walking boldly, knowing that no obstacle is too great and no burden too heavy, because the strength of God is within you. God's promises also extend to peace. My peace I give to you, not as the world gives do I give to you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid in a world filled with chaos and uncertainty. This promise is a sanctuary. It offers a peace that transcends understanding, a calm that anchors you even in the fiercest storms. To claim this promise is to let go of worry and rest in the assurance that God's presence surrounds and sustains you. What makes these promises so powerful is that they are unchanging. They are not subject to the fluctuations of life or the limitations of human effort. God's word is eternal, and His promises are as relevant today as they were thousands of years ago. They do not fade with time or lose their potency. They remain steadfast, waiting for you to step into their truth. Faith is the key that unlocks these promises. It is not enough to know them intellectually, you must believe in them wholeheartedly. Faith transforms God's promises from abstract concepts into lived realities. It bridges the gap between what is and what can be, aligning your spirit with the divine. When you believe in God's promises, you begin to see their manifestation in your life, often in ways that exceed your expectations. To claim God's promises, you must also speak them aloud. Declare them with confidence, for your words are powerful. When you say, God is my provider, and I lack nothing, you affirm a spiritual truth that overrides any temporary challenges. When you declare, I am more than a conqueror through Him who loves me, you align yourself with victory, rejecting defeat. Speaking God's promises is not a mere ritual, it is an act of creation, setting into motion the forces of heaven to bring them to pass. These promises are not just for a select few, they are for all who believe. They are an invitation to step into a life of abundance, strength, peace, and purpose. But the responsibility lies with you to accept the invitation. Open your heart to the unchanging nature of God's Word and trust that His promises are as real as the air you breathe. God's promises are the foundation of faith and manifestation. They remind you that you are never alone, that divine provision, strength, and peace are always available, and that every good thing is within your reach. Trust in these promises, claim them boldly, and watch as they transform your life in ways that only God can orchestrate. Victory begins in the mind long before it manifests in the physical world. It is a spiritual reality that takes root within you, shaping your thoughts, feelings, and actions. To visualize victory is to see the outcome as already accomplished, to believe with certainty that what you desire is not only possible but inevitable. This act of envisioning is not daydreaming or wishful thinking, it is the deliberate alignment of your inner world with the reality you seek to create. When you visualize the victory, you engage with the truth that everything begins in the unseen. Before a seed sprouts, it grows roots beneath the surface. Before a building stands tall, it is first an idea in the mind of the architect. Similarly, before your goals and dreams materialize, they must exist in your imagination, vivid and complete. The imagination is a divine gift, a tool given to you to create and manifest. What you consistently hold in your mind's eye becomes the blueprint for your reality. Start by creating a clear and detailed picture of what victory looks like for you. See yourself already in possession of what you desire. If you are seeking success in your career, imagine yourself excelling in your role, receiving accolades, and experiencing fulfillment. If you are striving for healing, picture yourself strong, vibrant, and full of energy. Whatever your goal, immerse yourself fully in the vision, allowing it to come alive in your mind with clarity and detail. Engage all your senses, see it, hear it, feel it. This mental rehearsal plants the seed of belief in your subconscious mind, which in turn influences your actions and decisions. Faith plays a crucial role in this process. To visualize victory is to act in faith, trusting that what you see in your mind is more real than the current circumstances that seem to contradict it. Faith does not rely on external evidence, it relies on inner conviction. It is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. When you choose to see victory, despite what your eyes tell you, you are stepping into the realm of faith, where all things are possible. Visualization is not passive, it is an active engagement with your destiny. When you hold a vision of victory, it begins to shape your emotions, which then influence your actions. You feel confident, empowered, and inspired because in your mind the outcome is already assured. This inner transformation leads to outward changes. You begin to act in alignment with your vision, taking steps that bring it closer to reality. Opportunities that once seemed invisible become apparent, and obstacles that once felt insurmountable lose their power. The power of visualization lies in its ability to create coherence between your thoughts, emotions, and actions. When your mind sees victory, your heart believes it, and your behavior reflects it. This alignment taps into the spiritual principle that as you think in your heart, so are you. What you consistently dwell on in your mind becomes the lens through which you experience life. If you see failure, fear, or lack, you will unconsciously act in ways that confirm those outcomes. But if you see victory, abundance, and success, you will naturally gravitate toward those results. Visualizing the victory also strengthens your resilience. Challenges and setbacks are inevitable. But when you have a clear vision of the outcome, you are less likely to be deterred. Instead of focusing on temporary difficulties, you keep your eyes on the prize, drawing strength and motivation from the image of your success. This unwavering focus keeps you grounded and determined, no matter what obstacles arise. Remember, victory begins as a spiritual reality. In the unseen realm, everything you desire already exists. Your role is to bring it forth into the physical world through belief, visualization, and action. When you see yourself as victorious, you align with the divine truth that you are equipped empowered, and destined for greatness. Do not wait for circumstances to change before you see yourself victorious. Begin now in this moment to visualize the outcome you desire. Hold it firmly in your mind and let it guide your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Trust that what you see within will manifest without, for this is the creative power of visualization. Victory starts in the unseen, but with faith and persistence, it becomes your reality. Gratitude is a powerful force, a spiritual key that opens the floodgates of blessings. It magnifies what you have and draws more of what you desire into your life. To live in gratitude is to acknowledge the goodness of God in all things, both seen and unseen. It is an act of faith that says, I trust in your promises and I see the evidence of your hand, even before it fully manifests. When you begin each day with gratitude, you set the tone for a day filled with divine favor and abundance. Gratitude shifts your perspective. Instead of focusing on what is lacking, it directs your attention to what is present and what is possible. When you wake up and thank God for the victories already given, you remind yourself of His faithfulness. You acknowledge that every good thing in your life is a gift from above, not the result of mere chance. This recognition fills your heart with joy and your spirit with peace. It changes your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance, and this mindset is crucial for unlocking the blessings yet to come. When you express gratitude for victories on their way, you activate a spiritual principle that aligns your heart with the outcome you desire. Gratitude in this sense is a declaration of faith. It is an affirmation that what you seek is already yours in the unseen realm and that it is only a matter of time before it manifests. This act of thanking God in advance strengthens your belief and removes doubt, for you cannot be truly grateful for something you do not believe is coming. The morning is the perfect time to practice gratitude because it is the start of a new day, a blank canvas upon which you can paint your reality. As the sun rises, let your heart rise in thanksgiving. Thank God for the breath in your lungs, the strength in your body, and the opportunities that await you. Thank Him for the challenges that shape you, the victories that uplift you, and the blessings that surround you, even if they are small or seem insignificant. Gratitude for the present prepares you to receive even greater blessings in the future. Gratitude also magnifies blessings by expanding your awareness of them. When you take the time to reflect on what you are thankful for, you begin to notice blessings you may have overlooked. A kind word from a stranger, a moment of peace in a busy day, or the beauty of nature all become reminders of God's goodness. This heightened awareness creates a ripple effect, allowing you to see His hand in every aspect of your life. As you recognize and appreciate these blessings, you create space for more to flow into your experience. Gratitude is a catalyst for transformation. It changes not only your perspective but also your energy. A heart filled with gratitude emits a vibration of positivity and joy that attracts more of the same. This is not merely a metaphor, but a reflection of a profound spiritual law like attracts like. When you dwell in gratitude, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance, and blessings naturally gravitate toward you. Gratitude also strengthens your relationship with God. It deepens your connection to the source of all blessings, fostering a sense of intimacy and trust. When you thank God for His provision, you acknowledge His sovereignty and love. This act of humility and recognition opens the door for greater communion with Him, allowing His presence to fill your life more fully. It is important to remember that gratitude is not reserved for moments of triumph alone. Even in seasons of difficulty, there is always something to be thankful for. Gratitude in challenging times is especially powerful because it demonstrates unwavering faith. It says, I trust that this too is working for my good, and I am thankful for the lessons and growth it brings. This attitude of gratitude in adversity strengthens your spirit and accelerates your journey toward victory. Make gratitude a daily practice, a non-negotiable part of your morning routine. As you rise each day, take a moment to thank God for the blessings already given and those on their way. Speak your gratitude aloud, write it in a journal, or simply hold it in your heart. Let it become the foundation of your day, shaping your thoughts, words, and actions. Gratitude is more than a feeling, it is a choice. It is a decision to focus on the good, to trust in God's promises, and to rejoice in His faithfulness. When you embrace gratitude as a way of life, you unlock the fullness of His blessings, turning ordinary moments into extraordinary encounters with His grace. Start each day with gratitude, and watch as it transforms your life, magnifying your blessings and paving the way for victories yet to come. Faith is the bridge between the unseen and the seen, the spiritual and the physical. It is the unwavering belief that what you hope for is already assured even before it appears. But faith, to be truly powerful, must be free of fear. Fear is the antithesis of faith, a force that blocks the flow of miracles and disrupts the alignment with divine favor. To live in faith without fear is to unlock the fullness of life, opening yourself to the blessings and miracles that are your birthright. Fear is a natural response to uncertainty, but it is not a spiritual truth. It stems from the belief that you are alone, unsupported, or vulnerable to harm. Yet the truth is that you are never alone. You are always surrounded by divine love and protected by a power far greater than any obstacle you face. To overcome fear, you must first recognize it for what it is, an illusion that seeks to distract you from the promises of God. When you choose to replace fear with faith, you align yourself with a higher reality where miracles are not just possible, they are inevitable. Faith requires a conscious decision to trust in divine favor, regardless of circumstances. Each morning as you rise, you have the opportunity to set the tone for your day by affirming your faith. Declare that the day is already aligned with divine favor. Believe that every encounter, every challenge, and every opportunity is working for your good. When you approach your day with this mindset, you become a magnet for blessings. You step into the flow of grace, where doors open effortlessly, and solutions appear even before problems arise. Fear, on the other hand, creates resistance. It clouds your judgment, diminishes your confidence, and limits your potential. When you allow fear to dominate your thoughts, you inadvertently block the miracles that are meant for you. Fear whispers lies of doubt and insecurity, convincing you that the road ahead is filled with insurmountable challenges. But these whispers hold no real power unless you give them your attention. By choosing faith, you silence the voice of fear and open your heart to the limitless possibilities that come from trusting in divine favor. Faith without fear is not about ignoring challenges or pretending that difficulties do not exist. It is about facing them with the assurance that you are equipped to overcome them. Faith transforms obstacles into stepping stones, teaching you to see opportunities for growth and expansion where others see only setbacks. It gives you the courage to take bold steps even when the path ahead is unclear, because you trust that God is guiding your every move. Living in faith also means letting go of the need to control every outcome. Fear often arises from the desire to predict and manage the future, but true faith rests in the knowledge that the future is already held in divine hands. Surrendering control does not mean giving up. It means releasing the burden of worry and trusting that what is meant for you will come to you in the right way and at the right time. This surrender brings peace, freeing you from the anxiety that fear creates. Faith also has the power to transform your energy. When you hold firm in the belief that your day is aligned with divine favor, you carry a sense of confidence and calm that influences everything you do. Your words become more positive, your actions more purposeful, and your presence more uplifting. This energy is contagious, creating a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. People are drawn to the light of faith, and situations begin to shift in your favor as you exude the certainty that miracles are already at work. In moments when fear tries to creep in, remind yourself of the promises of God. These promises are unchanging, a firm foundation that no storm can shake. Speak them aloud, affirming that you are loved, protected, and provided for. Surround yourself with reminders of these truths, whether through scripture, affirmations, or moments of quiet reflection. Let your faith be louder than your fears, and let your trust in divine favor guide you through every challenge. Faith without fear is a daily practice, a commitment to choosing trust over doubt, hope over despair, and love over fear. It is the decision to see the day not as a series of uncertainties, but as a canvas already painted with divine blessings. When you hold this perspective, you unlock the miracles that are waiting to unfold. Step forward with faith, unburdened by fear, and watch as your life aligns with the fullness of God's promises. In every moment, we hold the power to align ourselves with God's promises through faith, gratitude, and unwavering trust. Each morning is a sacred gateway to victory, a fresh opportunity to declare your alignment with divine favor. By speaking life through your words, visualizing your victories, holding on to unshakable faith, and expressing heartfelt gratitude, you step into the flow of miracles. Fear has no place in a heart anchored in faith, and each day becomes a reflection of the spiritual reality you have embraced. As you journey forward, remember that God's promises are unchanging, His love is steadfast, and His blessings are infinite. Your prayers are powerful, your thoughts are creative, and your faith is the key to unlocking a life filled with abundance and joy. The victory is already yours. All that remains is for you to claim it with confidence and trust. Thank you for dedicating this time to reflect on the truths that transform. May each morning bring you closer to the fullness of God's promises, and may your life shine as a testament to His unending grace. Let the rush of the present moment fill you with certainty. The time you have been waiting for is not tomorrow, not next year, it is now. Your time has come. Millions are already on their way to you, flowing like an unstoppable river of abundance. The first step is belief. Do you believe that the millions you seek are already yours? If you can see it in your mind, if you can hold the vision in your heart, then it is already real. Let go of the need to try. Let go of the struggle. You do not need to chase what is divinely meant for you. Simply receive it by knowing it is yours. Imagination is your secret power. Picture yourself living in wealth. Feel the joy of holding that money in your hands. See yourself in the home of your dreams, driving the car you've always wanted, living a life of limitless freedom. Do not imagine it as if it is coming. Imagine it as though it has already arrived. The more vivid your inner vision, the faster it will shape your outer reality. Doubt and fear are illusions. They have no place in this moment of creation. Release the fear of not having enough, the doubt that whispers, "This isn't for you." Replace them with gratitude and certainty. You are not here to beg the universe, you are here to command it with the authority of your inner conviction. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the door to abundance. Say thank you for the millions that are already yours, even if you cannot yet see them. Gratitude signals to the universe that you are ready to receive. It shifts your vibration, aligning you with the frequency of wealth. Persist in your knowing. The outer world may take time to reflect the millions that are already within you. Do not waver when you see temporary circumstances. Hold your inner truth. Speak it aloud. I am wealthy. I am abundant. My millions are here now. This is not just a speech. This is your moment of transformation. Declare that your time has come. You are ready. The millions are yours, not because you must work harder or fight for them, but because you already are the embodiment of wealth. The universe moves at the speed of your belief. So stand firm, act boldly, and know that the time is now. Millions are manifesting for you, through you, and with you. Your time has come. Live it. Claim it. It is already done. Belief is the cornerstone of all creation. It is the silent yet powerful force that shapes your reality, whether you are aware of it or not. What you hold true in your mind becomes the blueprint for your life. If you desire millions, the first step is not action but belief and unwavering conviction that those millions are already yours. Without this foundation, even the most elaborate plans will crumble. But with it, you hold the key to unlocking the life you have always envisioned. To see yourself as already possessing the millions you seek requires more than wishful thinking. It demands that you shift your entire perspective. Instead of longing for something that feels distant, you must embody the certainty that it is already present. In your imagination, you are not someone striving to become wealthy, you are someone who is wealthy. The world may not yet reflect this truth, but belief transcends what the eyes can see. It looks beyond temporary circumstances and holds firm to the unseen reality that is unfolding. The power of belief lies in its ability to override doubt. Doubt is the thief that sneaks into your mind, whispering that your dreams are too big, your circumstances too challenging, or your abilities too limited. But belief silences that voice. When you believe in the millions as if they are already yours, doubt loses its power. It cannot coexist with unwavering faith. The more you nurture this belief, the more you build an inner fortress that no external challenge can shake. This is not a passive process. Belief requires intention and practice. Begin by seeing yourself as the person you aspire to be. Close your eyes and visualize every detail of your abundant life. Where do you live? What does your day look like? How does it feel to have the financial freedom to do what you love without constraint? As you immerse yourself in this vision, let the emotions of gratitude, joy, and fulfillment flood your being. These feelings are the language of belief. They communicate to the universe that you already possess what you seek. Belief also calls for consistency. It is not something you practice once and then forget. Each day, reaffirm your conviction. Speak it aloud: I am abundant. I am wealthy. My millions are already mine. Write it down. Meditate on it. Act in alignment with it. The more you engage with your belief, the stronger it becomes. It is like planting a seed. With regular care and attention, it grows roots, then sprouts, and eventually flourishes into a magnificent tree. Many people falter because they look to the outer world for proof before they fully believe. But this is like waiting for the rain before planting your crops. The truth is that the outer world is merely a reflection of your inner state. If you wait for evidence before believing, you will wait forever. Instead, believe first, and the evidence will follow. When you hold the conviction that you already have the millions, the universe rearranges itself to bring that reality to life. This process does not require struggle or strain. Belief is not about forcing yourself to think positively or denying the reality of your current situation. It is about choosing to see beyond it. It is about deciding that your dreams are more real than your doubts, that your faith is stronger than your fears. This kind of belief is liberating. It frees you from the need to control every detail of how your millions will manifest. Your job is not to figure out how, it is simply to believe that they will. As you cultivate this belief, you will notice subtle shifts. Opportunities that once seemed hidden will begin to appear. Ideas will flow to you with ease. People and circumstances will align in ways you could not have planned. This is not coincidence, it is the natural result of your belief setting the wheels of creation into motion. When you see yourself as already possessing the millions, you step into a new identity. You no longer act from a place of lack or desperation. Instead, you act from a place of abundance and confidence. This energy is magnetic. It attracts wealth, success, and prosperity to you effortlessly. The world responds not to what you say you want, but to who you believe you are. So believe with all your heart. See yourself as the wealthy, abundant being you were always meant to be. Let this belief guide your thoughts, your actions, and your emotions. Hold it close, nurture it daily, and watch as the millions you desire flow into your life. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And with unwavering belief that when is now. Imagination is the most potent tool you possess, yet it is often underestimated or misunderstood. It is through the power of imagination that everything in your life takes form. Look around you, everything you see, touch, or experience first began in someone's mind. The buildings, the technologies, the art, even the relationships in your life are the result of imagination shaping reality. This is not merely a poetic idea, it is a fundamental truth. Your imagination is the starting point of all creation, and it holds the power to transform your world. To manifest the life you desire, you must learn to use your imagination consciously. It is not enough to daydream passively or to think about what you want in vague terms. You must intentionally craft a vision of your desired reality and immerse yourself in it fully. This is where the magic happens, when you use your imagination to see, feel, and live in the end result. Begin by closing your eyes and visualizing your dream life as if it is already happening. Imagine yourself living in the house of your dreams, surrounded by the luxuries you desire. See the details clearly, the colors, the textures, the people around you. What do you hear in this reality? Perhaps it's the sound of laughter, the rustling of the wind outside your beautiful home, or the hum of a car engine as you drive the vehicle you've always wanted. Engage all your senses. The more vivid and real your mental picture, the more powerful its effect on your reality. But imagination is not just about seeing, it is about feeling. The emotions you experience during your visualization are the key to making it real. When you imagine yourself living in abundance, allow yourself to feel the joy, freedom, and gratitude that come with it. Feel the excitement of having what you desire, the relief of knowing all your needs are met, and the contentment of being exactly where you want to be. These feelings are the language through which your imagination communicates with the universe. Your mind does not differentiate between what is real and what is vividly imagined. When you consistently imagine a specific reality and infuse it with emotion, your subconscious mind accepts it as truth. Once this happens, your thoughts, actions, and energy begin to align with that imagined reality, drawing it into your physical experience. This is why imagination is often called the blueprint of reality. It lays the foundation for what will manifest in your life. It's important to approach this practice with faith and persistence. The outer world may not immediately reflect the reality you are imagining, but do not be discouraged. Your role is not to judge what you see, but to continue imagining what you desire. Over time, as you persist in your vision, you will notice subtle shifts. Opportunities will arise, circumstances will change, and people will appear to support your dreams. These are not coincidences, but the natural unfolding of your imagined reality. Many people allow their imagination to be dominated by fear, doubt, or negative scenarios. They worry about what could go wrong, and in doing so, they unknowingly create more of what they fear. This is the double-edged nature of imagination. It will create whatever you focus on, whether positive or negative. This is why it is crucial to discipline your mind and direct your imagination toward what you truly want. To live in the end result means to act and feel as though your desired outcome has already occurred. This doesn't mean pretending or denying your current reality. It means aligning your inner state with the reality you wish to experience. When you walk through life with the confidence and peace of someone who already has everything they desire, you set powerful forces into motion. The world begins to rearrange itself to match the reality you are embodying. Imagination also teaches you to trust in the unseen. Just as a seed takes time to grow into a tree, the reality you imagine takes time to manifest. You may not see immediate evidence of your creation, but that does not mean it isn't happening. Trust that your vision is taking shape, even if the outer circumstances suggest otherwise. This is not a passive process. It requires consistency and commitment. Set aside time each day to imagine your desired reality. Make it a joyful ritual, a time to connect with the life you are creating. As you do, notice how your energy shifts, how your mood lifts, and how your perspective expands. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, until your imagined reality feels as real as the physical world around you. Your imagination is a sacred gift, a tool for shaping your destiny. Use it wisely and intentionally. See, feel, and live in the end result of your dreams, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never thought possible. Your mind is the blueprint and imagination is the architect. Trust it, use it, and create the reality you deserve. The present moment is where all power resides. It is the only moment you truly have, the only moment that exists. Many people live their lives waiting for someday. They wait for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or the perfect circumstances to take action or embrace the life they desire. But someday is an illusion. The truth is, your moment is now. Everything you seek, everything you dream of, begins with the decision to claim it in this very moment. Declaring that this is your moment to rise is not about hoping or wishing. It is about making a bold and deliberate choice. It is about standing firmly in the present and aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with the reality you desire. This alignment is the key to transformation. When you stop waiting for the future and begin living as if your dreams are already here, you activate a powerful force that draws your desires to you. The present moment holds infinite possibilities, but you must be willing to seize it. To align with the now, you must let go of the idea that there is something missing, or that you need to wait for conditions to change. Instead, embrace the truth that everything you need is already within you. The external world may not yet reflect your vision, but that does not matter. What matters is the inner shift the moment you decide that your time has come, and you act from that place of certainty. Acting as if your dreams are already realized is not about pretending or fooling yourself. It is about embodying the energy, confidence, and mindset of the person you aspire to be. If you desire success, walk through life with the assurance of someone who is already successful. If you seek abundance, carry yourself with the gratitude and generosity of someone who knows their needs are always met. When you align your actions with your desired reality, you send a clear message to the universe: I am ready. I am worthy. I am here. This alignment requires more than just positive thinking. It demands a deep commitment to live in the present with intention and awareness. Pay attention to how you speak, think, and behave. Are your words and actions rooted in the belief that your dreams are already unfolding? Or are they laced with doubt, fear, and hesitation? The energy you project in the present moment shapes the reality you experience. One of the most powerful ways to align with the present is to cultivate gratitude. Gratitude anchors you in the now and shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. Begin each day by acknowledging the blessings in your life, no matter how small they may seem. As you practice gratitude, you train your mind to see opportunities and possibilities instead of obstacles. This shift in perspective opens the door for your desires to manifest. Another essential aspect of aligning with the present is trust. Trust that the timing of your life is perfect, even if it doesn't always match your expectations. Trust that the universe is working in your favor, orchestrating events and circumstances to bring your vision to life. When you trust the process, you release the need to control every detail and allow things to unfold naturally. This surrender is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to your faith in the power of the present moment. To rise in this moment means to let go of the past and the future. The past holds memories and lessons, but it does not define you. The future is a canvas for your dreams, but it is painted with the colors of today. When you focus on the now, you free yourself from the burdens of regret and the weight of uncertainty. You become fully alive, fully present, and fully capable of creating the life you desire. Every action you take in the present moment carries the energy of your belief. When you act as if your dreams are already here, you create momentum. Small steps, when taken with conviction, lead to big changes. Perhaps it's a phone call you've been putting off, a decision you've been avoiding, or a leap of faith you've been afraid to take. Whatever it is, do it now. Each action, no matter how small, is a declaration that you are ready to rise. This is your moment, not tomorrow, not next week, but now. The life you desire is waiting for you to claim it. Step into the present with confidence and act as if your dreams are already real. When you do, you align yourself with the flow of creation, and the universe responds in kind. Trust in the power of the now and rise to meet your destiny. Doubt and fear are the great thieves of abundance. They lurk in the shadows of the mind, casting doubt over your dreams and making you question your worthiness to receive them. These emotions act as barriers, blocking the flow of the good that is already on its way to you. They create resistance, a kind of energetic wall that prevents the natural unfolding of your desires. If you want to manifest the life you dream of, you must learn to release these feelings and replace them with conviction and gratitude. Fear often arises when you focus too much on the how will your dreams come to pass? How will the money, the success, or the relationship find its way to you? This preoccupation with the process stems from a lack of trust. It assumes that unless you can see every step of the journey, your desires may not come to fruition. But the truth is, the how is not your responsibility. Your role is to trust in the process, to align your energy with the outcome you seek, and to act in faith. Doubt, on the other hand, creeps in when you allow past failures or disappointments to shape your beliefs about what is possible. Perhaps you've tried and failed before, and now you hesitate to dream big again. Doubt whispers, what if it doesn't work? What if I'm not enough? But these thoughts are illusions. They have no power unless you give it to them. Your past does not define your future, and your limitations are not set in stone. The moment you decide to release doubt, you open yourself to infinite possibilities. The first step in overcoming fear and doubt is awareness. Pay attention to your inner dialogue. When fear or doubt arises, acknowledge it without judgment. These emotions are not your enemies, they are simply signals pointing to areas where your faith needs strengthening. Instead of suppressing them, face them with courage and compassion. Ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? What am I doubting, and why? Often the answers reveal underlying beliefs that no longer serve you. Once you've identified these limiting beliefs, it's time to replace them with empowering ones. This is where conviction comes into play. Conviction is the unwavering belief that what you desire is not only possible but inevitable. It is a deep knowing that the universe is working in your favor, even if you can't see it yet. Conviction doesn't rely on external evidence, it is rooted in the certainty that your desires are already yours. To cultivate conviction, immerse yourself in the feeling of already having what you want. Imagine the joy, gratitude, and peace you would feel if your dreams were realized today. Hold on to those feelings even when fear and doubt try to creep back in. The more you practice this, the stronger your conviction becomes, and the less power fear and doubt will have over you. Gratitude is another powerful tool for releasing fear and doubt. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you shift your attention from lack to abundance. Gratitude reminds you of all the blessings you already have, creating a sense of contentment and trust. It also signals to the universe that you are ready to receive more. Start each day by listing 3 things you are grateful for, and end each day by reflecting on the good that happened. As you make gratitude a habit, you will notice a profound change in your mindset and energy. It's important to understand that releasing fear and doubt is not a one-time event but an ongoing process. These emotions may resurface from time to time, especially when you're stepping out of your comfort zone or pursuing something new. When this happens, don't be discouraged. Remind yourself that fear and doubt are natural responses to growth. They are signs that you are expanding and moving closer to your dreams. Remember that abundance is your birthright. The universe operates on principles of infinite supply, and there is no limit to what you can receive. The only thing standing between you and your desires is the resistance created by fear and doubt. By choosing conviction and gratitude, you dissolve this resistance and allow abundance to flow freely into your life. Actively choose to trust in the unseen. Even if the path ahead seems unclear, trust that each step will reveal itself in perfect timing. Replace every what if it doesn't work with what if it does. Replace every fear of lack with gratitude for the abundance already present. Replace every doubt in your ability with faith in your unlimited potential. The moment you release fear and doubt, you create space for miracles to unfold. You align yourself with the energy of abundance, and the universe responds in kind. Trust in this process. Believe in your dreams. Know that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer. With conviction in your heart and gratitude in your soul, nothing is impossible. Let go of fear, let go of doubt, and watch as your life transforms in ways you never imagined. Gratitude is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. It acts as a magnet, drawing wealth, abundance, and opportunities toward you. The secret lies in the vibration gratitude creates within you. When you express true, heartfelt thankfulness, you align yourself with the frequency of abundance. This alignment is not only a mindset but a state of being, a deep connection to the reality you wish to create. To manifest the millions you desire, gratitude must become your foundation, not for what you hope will come, but for what you already feel is yours. The act of gratitude is a declaration of trust in the unseen. When you express thanks for the millions as if they are already yours, you are telling the universe that you believe in its abundance. You are no longer in a state of lack, wishing or yearning for something outside of yourself. Instead, you are radiating the energy of fulfillment and wealth, signaling that you are ready to receive more. This shift in energy is transformative because, like attracts like, gratitude for abundance draws more abundance. Many people wait for external evidence before feeling grateful. They tell themselves, I'll be thankful when I have the money, the success, or the life I want, but this approach keeps them stuck in a loop of waiting. The universe responds not to waiting but to being. By embodying the feeling of already having what you desire, you create a powerful energetic blueprint for your reality. Gratitude is the key that unlocks this state of being. Begin by imagining the millions you desire as if they are already in your possession. Picture yourself living the life of your dreams, free from financial constraints and surrounded by opportunities that align with your highest purpose. Feel the joy, peace, and gratitude that come with this reality. Let the emotions flood your being. This practice is not just a mental exercise, it is a way of shifting your vibration to match the wealth you seek. Gratitude is not limited to your thoughts, it must be an active expression in your daily life. Speak words of thanks for the abundance already present. Even the smallest blessings deserve acknowledgement because they create momentum. When you give thanks for what you have, no matter how modest it may seem, you affirm to the universe that you are open to receiving more. The millions you desire are simply an extension of this gratitude, an amplification of the abundance you already recognize. Gratitude also transforms your relationship with money. Many people view money through the lens of fear, scarcity, or guilt. These emotions repel wealth and keep it at a distance. Gratitude, however, creates a sense of harmony and flow. When you are thankful for every dollar, you shift from seeing money as a struggle to viewing it as a tool for growth, joy, and purpose. This change in perspective removes resistance and allows money to circulate freely in your life. Gratitude raises your vibration to a level where wealth becomes inevitable. Think of your vibration as the signal you send out to the world. A vibration of lack tells the universe you don't have enough, and so you continue to experience scarcity. But a vibration of gratitude tells the universe you already have everything you need and more is on its way. The universe, in turn, mirrors this energy back to you through opportunities, ideas, and financial blessings. In practice, cultivating gratitude can be as simple as starting and ending each day with reflection. In the morning, affirm your gratitude for the abundance that is flowing into your life. Visualize the millions and give thanks for them as if they have already arrived. At night, reflect on the blessings of the day, no matter how small, and feel genuine appreciation for them. This habit rewires your mind to focus on abundance rather than lack. Gratitude is also a tool for overcoming challenges. When you face setbacks or delays, gratitude allows you to stay grounded in trust and faith. Instead of falling into fear or frustration, you can give thanks for the lessons and growth that challenges bring. This perspective keeps your vibration high and ensures that even obstacles work in your favor. Understand that gratitude is not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. It is about choosing to focus on the good, even amidst imperfection. It is about recognizing the potential for abundance in every moment and every situation. When you live in gratitude, you transcend the limitations of the present and tap into the infinite possibilities of the universe. The millions you desire are not separate from you, they are already a part of your reality, waiting for you to claim them. Gratitude bridges the gap between where you are and where you want to be. By giving thanks for the wealth you envision, you accelerate its arrival. Your vibration shifts, your mindset expands, and the universe responds. Gratitude is the key to magnetizing wealth. Embrace it, embody it, and watch as your life transforms in extraordinary ways. Persistence in your inner knowing is the cornerstone of manifesting your desires. The outer world often lags behind the inner reality, creating a gap where doubt, fear, and frustration can creep in. But this gap is not a sign of failure, it is a space where faith must take root. The key is to hold unwaveringly to the inner truth that your millions, your dreams, and your abundance are already yours, even when the outer world does not yet reflect this truth. The physical world is a mirror of your inner state, but mirrors do not instantly reflect change. If you've ever adjusted your posture or moved an object, you know the mirror reflects your new position only after you've made the shift. Similarly, the outer world requires time to catch up to your inner transformation. During this period, persistence becomes essential. You must remain rooted in your vision, trusting that what you see and feel within will inevitably be reflected without. This persistence begins with an unshakable belief in the power of your inner world. Your imagination is the blueprint of your reality, and your inner knowing is the force that brings it to life. When you declare that the millions are yours and embody the feelings of having them, you set the creative process in motion. But the process does not operate on your timeline, it operates on the perfect timeline. Trust this process and persist regardless of external appearances. The temptation to give up or waver in your belief is strongest when the outer world seems unchanged, or worse, when it appears to contradict your inner vision. This is the moment when most people falter, losing faith and returning to a state of lack. But this is also the moment when persistence matters most. Understand that the outer world's resistance is not a denial of your dreams but a test of your resolve. It asks, do you truly believe in your vision? To persist in your inner knowing, you must continuously nurture the feeling of your desire fulfilled. Close your eyes and imagine yourself already in possession of the millions you seek. See the evidence in your mind's eye, the freedom, the security, the joy that wealth brings. Feel the emotions as though it is happening right now. This practice strengthens your inner knowing, creating a vibrational match with the reality you desire. Your thoughts and emotions are the seeds you plant in the fertile soil of the universe. If you plant seeds of abundance, wealth, and success and water them with faith and persistence, they will grow. But if you allow doubt, fear, or impatience to uproot these seeds, they will never bear fruit. This is why persistence is so vital. It ensures that your vision remains intact, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. It is also important to guard your inner knowing against negativity. Surround yourself with people, ideas, and environments that support your vision. Avoid conversations and influences that feed doubt or contradict your belief in abundance. Your inner knowing is sacred, and it deserves your unwavering protection. Another key to persistence is recognizing that time is your ally, not your enemy. The delay you experience is not a denial of your dreams, but an opportunity for growth and alignment. Use this time to strengthen your faith, refine your vision, and prepare yourself to receive what you have asked for. Every moment you spend in alignment with your inner knowing brings you closer to its materialization. Patience does not mean passivity. While persisting in your inner knowing, take inspired action. Align your daily habits, choices, and behaviors with the reality you seek. When you act as if your millions are already yours, you create momentum in the physical world. These actions, combined with your unwavering belief, bridge the gap between the inner and outer realities. Persistence also requires self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself when doubts arise, as they inevitably will. Acknowledge them without judgment, and then redirect your focus to your vision. Persistence is not about perfection, it is about consistency. Even if you falter for a moment, your ability to return to your inner knowing will keep the process alive. Celebrate the small signs of progress along the way. These signs are the universe's way of affirming that your millions are on their way. Whether it's an unexpected opportunity, a small financial windfall, or simply a sense of peace and alignment, recognize these moments as evidence that your inner work is bearing fruit. Let them fuel your persistence. The outer world is malleable. It is shaped and reshaped by the power of your inner state. When you persist in your inner knowing, you claim your role as the creator of your reality. You align yourself with the flow of abundance, and the universe responds by rearranging circumstances, people, and opportunities to match your vision. Your millions are not a distant dream, but a present reality in your inner world. Persist in this truth. Hold fast to your vision, no matter what appears before you. Trust in the process, and know that as you persist, the outer world will inevitably align with your inner knowing. What you seek is already yours. It is simply waiting for you to hold on to it long enough for it to take form. In conclusion, the power to manifest millions or any desire lies entirely within you. Belief is the foundation, imagination is the creative force, and gratitude is the magnet that draws abundance toward you. Align with the present moment and declare boldly that the time is now. Release doubt and fear, for they serve only to block the flow of what is already yours. Persist unwaveringly in your inner knowing, trusting that the outer world will reflect your vision in due time. Your journey to abundance is not about striving or waiting, it's about embodying the wealth, joy, and fulfillment you desire, here and now. The universe is already working to align the path before you. All you must do is remain steadfast in your trust and unwavering in your gratitude. Thank you for allowing me to guide you on this transformative journey. May you continue to step into your power and claim the life of abundance that has always been yours. The time is now, and your millions are already waiting for you. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you stand at the edge of infinite potential. But to grasp what is already yours, you must first let go of what holds you back. The world teaches you to chase, to seek, to beg for what you desire. But the truth is far simpler. You are the creator of your reality. Do not stalk the object of your desire, whether it is a person, a goal, or a dream. To stalk is to confess that you do not believe it is already yours. It is to place yourself in the shadow of lack, where desperation grows and fear takes root. What you chase, you push away, because the energy of need repels what you truly want. Do not seek outside yourself for validation or fulfillment. The treasure is not hidden in the world around you, it lies within. Everything you desire, love, wealth, happiness, is already present in the realm of your imagination. The outer world is but a reflection of your inner state. Change the image in your mind, and the reflection must change as well. Do not beg. Begging is the language of one who does not believe in their own worth. It declares to the universe, I am unworthy, but you are not here to grovel, you are here to claim. You are a divine being imbued with the power to create. Speak not with desperation, but with quiet confidence. What you desire is already yours. Do not fear. Fear is the great thief, robbing you of your peace and blocking the flow of good into your life. Fear whispers that you are alone, that you must fight for what you want. But this is an illusion. The only fight is within yourself to silence the doubts, the anxieties, the false beliefs that tell you you are anything less than enough. Instead, learn the art of allowing. Be still and know that all things are working for your highest good. Trust in the unseen forces that align to bring you exactly what you need at the perfect time. Detach from outcomes and watch as life unfolds effortlessly in your favor. Your stillness is magnetic. Your calm assurance draws to you what is meant for you. There is no need to stalk, seek, beg, or fear. Stand firm in the knowledge that you are already complete, and the world will reflect that back to you in miraculous ways. Detachment is not the absence of desire, but the mastery of it. To desire something is natural, it is the way of life to expand, to reach, to grow. But when that desire becomes an obsession, a fixation, it creates resistance. It signals to the universe that you do not yet possess what you seek, and in doing so, it pushes your desires further away. What you chase will flee, not because the thing you want is inherently elusive, but because your energy of desperation repels it. Think of a butterfly. If you rush toward it, hands outstretched, it flutters away, wary of your pursuit. But if you remain still, serene, and trust in its nature, it may gently land upon your shoulder. This is the power of detachment, a state of being where you acknowledge your desire, set your intention, and then release it into the flow of life with calm assurance. You are no longer bound by the tension of wanting, because you know it is already yours. The energy of chasing arises from fear. It is the fear of lack, the fear that you might lose something, or worse, that you might never have it at all. This fear creates a vibrational mismatch between you and your desire. The more you chase, the more you affirm its absence. You whisper to the universe, "I do not have this," and the universe, ever reflective, responds by echoing your belief. Detachment, on the other hand, is rooted in faith. Faith is not a passive hope, it is an active knowing. It is the silent conviction that your desires are already fulfilled in the unseen realm and that they will manifest in the physical world in perfect timing. When you detach, you are not letting go of your desire, you are letting go of the need to control how and when it will come to you. You trust the process, and in doing so, you open yourself to receiving. Imagine a seed planted in fertile soil. You do not dig it up every day to check if it has sprouted. Instead, you water it, give it sunlight, and trust that nature will take its course. Detachment works in the same way. Your desires are seeds planted in the garden of your mind. By focusing on their fulfillment with calm expectation, rather than frantic urgency, you allow them the space to grow and bloom. Detachment also shifts your focus inward, where the true source of your power resides. Often we chase because we believe that our happiness or completeness depends on something external. We believe that a relationship, a job, or a material possession will fill the void within us. But this is a falsehood. True fulfillment comes from aligning with the truth of who you are, a limitless creator. When you detach, you reclaim your power from the external world and anchor it within yourself. You realize that your worth is not defined by what you acquire, but by the fact that you are already whole and complete. Detachment creates the space for your desires to flow to you. When you are no longer clinging to an outcome, you are free from resistance. This freedom allows the natural laws of the universe to work in your favor. Your calm, confident energy acts as a magnet, drawing to you the very things you once chased. The relationship you once yearned for appears effortlessly. The opportunities you sought out of desperation now come to you unbidden. This is not magic, it is the natural consequence of aligning your inner state with the truth of abundance. To practice detachment is not to abandon your dreams, but to hold them lightly. Picture holding a bird in your hands. If you clutch it too tightly, you harm it. But if you hold it gently, it remains with you. So too must you treat your desires. Hold them with the assurance that they are already yours. Visualize their fulfillment, feel the joy they bring, and then release them, knowing that life will deliver them to you in ways more perfect than you can imagine. What you calmly claim flows into your life because calmness is the ultimate declaration of faith. It says to the universe, "I trust, I believe, I know," and in that trust, in that knowing, you unlock the power of detachment. You become a vessel through which all that you desire flows with ease and grace. Fear and faith are two opposing forces that govern our lives. They both stem from the mind, but they shape our experiences in vastly different ways. Fear is often misunderstood. It is not simply the feeling of being afraid, it is a deeper, more subtle force that whispers to us, "You are not enough. You are not capable, or you cannot have what you desire." Fear is the admission of doubt, the admission that you do not fully believe in the possibility of your dreams. It is a subtle denial of your own power and a surrender to the belief that your desires are unattainable or beyond your reach. When you operate from a place of fear, your energy becomes chaotic, uncertain, and scattered. You worry about the what ifs and the could be, as constantly doubting whether things will work out as you wish. Fear holds you in a place of limitation, making you believe that the external world determines your fate. The more you feed into fear, the more it takes hold of your mind, leaving you in a state of indecision and inaction. You may find yourself second-guessing every move, never trusting that the universe is working on your behalf. Faith, on the other hand, is the opposite of fear. Faith is the silent conviction that your desires are already fulfilled. It is the unwavering belief that everything you need or want is already within your reach, even if it has not yet materialized in the physical world. Faith does not require evidence or external validation. It is an inner knowing, a deep certainty that the outcome you desire is inevitable. Faith is not blind optimism, nor is it passive. It is an active force that guides your thoughts, your actions, and your choices. When you have faith, you no longer question whether your desires will come true, because you know they already are. The essence of faith is trust that the universe is always working for your highest good, even when things do not immediately appear as you expect them to. When you operate from faith, your energy becomes focused, calm, and purposeful. You move forward with confidence regardless of external circumstances, because you know that your desires are already on their way to you. Faith does not require constant proof, it simply requires belief. It is the belief that you are worthy of what you desire and that the universe is abundant enough to provide for you. Faith is a quiet knowing that everything you seek is already yours. It is not something you need to chase, beg for, or worry about. Instead, it is something you claim, something you trust to unfold in its perfect timing. This inner conviction is what attracts your desires to you, because the universe responds to your energy. When you believe that your desires are already fulfilled, you act as if they are, and the world must mirror that belief back to you. This is the essence of manifesting with faith. You align your internal world with the reality you wish to experience. You do not let fear or doubt sway you from the belief that your desires are already in motion. You simply trust the process, knowing that your desires are already on their way. Fear, by contrast, is a barrier. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of doubt and inaction. It prevents you from taking the necessary steps to bring your desires into reality. When you allow fear to dictate your actions, you block the very flow of abundance that is meant for you. When you make the conscious choice to shift from fear to faith, everything begins to change. You stop questioning and start believing. You stop doubting and start knowing. Faith opens doors where fear sees only walls. Faith leads to action. Because when you trust, you are not paralyzed by uncertainty. You move forward with clarity and purpose, knowing that your desires are already manifesting. Fear is nothing more than the absence of belief. Faith is the presence of that belief, an unwavering conviction that what you desire is already yours. And when you live from this place of faith, the universe aligns to bring you everything you have ever dreamed of. So often we find ourselves searching outside of ourselves for what we think we lack. Whether it's success, love, happiness, or fulfillment, we look to the external world for validation, believing that something or someone outside of us will provide the missing piece we so desperately seek. We chase after material possessions, relationships, and external achievements, thinking that they will bring us the happiness and sense of wholeness we desire. But in reality, everything we seek is already within us. The external world is merely a reflection of our inner state. When we seek outside ourselves, we are admitting that we believe something is lacking within us. We are projecting a belief that we are incomplete, that we must go beyond ourselves to find what we need. This belief keeps us trapped in a cycle of seeking, chasing, and grasping, but it never truly satisfies the deep longing we feel. The more we seek, the more we reinforce the idea that we are not enough, that our happiness or success depends on external factors. But this is a lie. In truth, everything we desire is already within us. All the love, abundance, wisdom, and power we seek are already part of our essence. The only thing that prevents us from fully experiencing them is our inability to recognize and embrace them. When we look outside ourselves for fulfillment, we are essentially denying the abundance that resides within us. We are like a treasure hunter searching for gold while standing on top of a mountain of jewels. The treasure we seek is not somewhere out there, it is within, waiting to be acknowledged, activated, and realized. The external world functions as a mirror reflecting our inner beliefs, thoughts, and emotions. What we see on the outside is a direct manifestation of what is happening within us. If we constantly feel lack or frustration, we will see that reflected in our outer circumstances. If we believe we are unworthy, we will attract experiences and people that mirror that belief. Conversely, when we shift our inner state to one of abundance, peace, and self-worth, the world around us reflects that shift. The law of attraction is not just about attracting things, it's about aligning with the energy that already exists within us. The key to living a fulfilling life is not to constantly seek more, but to turn inward and realize that everything we need is already within us. The power to create the life we desire lies not in external forces, but in our own thoughts and perceptions. When we stop seeking outside ourselves, we give ourselves permission to align with the power within us and recognize our own innate ability to manifest our desires. This shift in perspective requires a deep level of trust. Trust that you are whole and complete as you are. Trust that you are deserving of everything you desire, and that it is not something you need to chase after. When you stop seeking, you allow the universe to bring what is meant for you effortlessly. You stop forcing things and start allowing them to flow into your life naturally, because you recognize that what is meant for you cannot miss you. The external world, while it may appear to offer something outside of you, is simply a reflection of your inner world. If you are not satisfied with what you see, the first step is to turn inward and examine your thoughts and beliefs. What is it that you are telling yourself about your worth, your possibilities, and your future? Are you focusing on lack, or are you affirming abundance? Are you seeing yourself as incomplete, or as a whole and powerful being capable of achieving everything you desire? When you begin to change your inner dialogue, your outer world will begin to shift accordingly. The people you meet, the opportunities you encounter, and the circumstances that unfold will all reflect your new inner state. The more you realize that everything you seek is already within you, the more you will find that the world around you mirrors the truth back to you in ways that are beyond your expectations. By stopping the search for external validation and fulfillment, you free yourself from the need to chase after things that can never truly satisfy. Instead, you begin to align with the truth that everything you need, everything you desire, is already within you. You are the creator of your reality, and the world around you is simply a reflection of your inner state. When you change within, everything outside of you must change as well. We often find ourselves caught in the trap of forcing outcomes, trying to control every aspect of our lives. We set goals, make plans, and exert effort, believing that we must constantly push and struggle to achieve what we desire. However, this mindset of control and force only creates resistance and prevents the natural flow of life from unfolding in its own perfect timing. The art of allowing is the practice of trusting the process, of surrendering to the flow of life, and of believing that what is meant for you is already on its way. When we force outcomes, we are essentially operating from a place of fear and doubt. We fear that we won't get what we want, or that it won't happen in the way we envision. This fear drives us to take excessive action, sometimes pushing ourselves and others beyond what feels right. We become fixated on a specific outcome, trying to control every detail and orchestrate the perfect result. But in doing so, we are resisting the very thing we want to manifest. The truth is, forcing outcomes only creates more struggle. It blocks the natural flow of abundance and opportunity that is already available to us. When we are too focused on forcing things to happen, we close ourselves off from the infinite possibilities that the universe has in store for us. We may miss opportunities, overlook signs, or fail to recognize when something better than what we envisioned is being offered. The more we try to force something, the more we push it away. This is because we are coming from a place of lack, believing that we must fight for what we want, rather than trusting that it is already ours. Allowing is a practice of surrender. It's about releasing the need to control and stepping into a state of trust and openness. It's about letting go of the idea that you have to make everything happen and recognizing that you are part of a larger, more intelligent system. The universe knows what you want and has already put the wheels in motion to bring it to you. The only thing standing in the way is your resistance to the flow. When you surrender to this process, you stop battling against life and begin to flow with it. Trusting the natural flow of life means accepting that everything happens in its own time and in its own way. We may not always understand why things unfold as they do, but when we trust, we know that everything is happening for our highest good. There is no need to rush or force things to happen. The things that are meant for you will find their way to you. Sometimes they may come in unexpected ways, but that is the beauty of allowing. You free yourself from the limitations of rigid expectations and open yourself up to the abundance of possibilities that are available to you. The practice of allowing also requires patience. It's about letting go of the need for instant gratification and learning to trust the timing of your life. We live in a world that values speed and immediate results, but the most fulfilling things in life often take time to manifest. Whether it's a dream job, a loving relationship, or financial abundance, true fulfillment requires patience and trust. When you learn to allow, you stop rushing and start enjoying the journey. You trust that what is meant for you will come at the right time, and in the meantime, you embrace the present moment with gratitude. Allowing is not about passivity, it is about alignment. It is about trusting that you are already in the perfect place to receive what you desire. When you stop forcing outcomes, you make room for the natural flow of life to bring what is already yours. You trust the process, knowing that everything you need is already on its way to you. And when it arrives, you will recognize it as the perfect expression of what you've been waiting for. In a world that constantly demands action, motion, and progress, it can be easy to forget that true power resides in stillness. We are taught from a young age that success comes from chasing after goals, striving for more, and controlling every aspect of our lives. We are often told that the harder we work and the more effort we put in, the greater the rewards will be. Yet the deeper truth is that real power, the kind that transforms our lives, comes not from relentless striving, but from the quiet, magnetic force of stillness. Stillness is not passivity or inaction. It is the profound quietness of the mind and the heart, where all the noise of the world fades away, and you are able to hear your true self. In this space, there is no need to chase after anything, because you know that what is meant for you is already on its way. In stillness, you align with the natural rhythm of the universe, and in that alignment, you become a magnet for all that you desire. What is meant for you will come, not through force or struggle, but through your ability to be still, to trust, and to allow. You tap into a deeper intelligence that is always at work, guiding you towards the right opportunities, the right people, and the right circumstances. This intelligence operates beyond the limitations of the mind, which often seeks to control and manipulate situations. When we stop trying to control everything and simply allow ourselves to be present, we create the space for the universe to work in our favor. The universe knows exactly what you need and when you need it. Your role is not to chase after it, but to become a clear vessel, receptive and open to the guidance that is already being offered to you. The magnetic power of stillness lies in the energy it creates. When you stop fighting and stop forcing things to happen, you shift your energy from one of resistance to one of acceptance. This shift in energy makes you magnetic. When you are at peace with yourself, when you are calm and centered, you naturally attract what is meant for you. There is no need to chase, beg, or struggle for your desires. They come to you effortlessly, drawn to you by the powerful, still energy you emit. It also allows you to reconnect with your true self. In the stillness, the distractions of the world fall away, and you are left with the essence of who you are. You are no longer defined by external circumstances or influenced by the opinions of others. Instead, you come to understand that your power does not come from outside of you, but from within. You are whole, complete, and worthy as you are. When you recognize your own inherent worth, you no longer feel the need to chase after external validation or approval. You trust in your own inner guidance, and you trust that everything you need will come to you in the perfect time. Stillness is also a powerful tool for manifestation. When you are still, you are able to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires. In this state of alignment, your desires become inevitable. There is no need to force or push, because you are in perfect harmony with what you want to create. The universe responds to your energy and aligns itself with your frequency. The more you embrace stillness, the more you attract opportunities, people, and experiences that match your vibration. You become a magnet for all that you desire simply by being at peace with yourself and trusting in the process. The act of surrendering to stillness also opens you up to the infinite possibilities that life has to offer. Often when we are in motion, we are focused on one specific outcome or direction. Our vision becomes narrow, and we limit ourselves to only one way of achieving what we want. But in the stillness, we open ourselves up to the unexpected. We allow life to unfold in its own perfect timing and in ways we may never have anticipated. The universe is far more creative and expansive than the limited plans we make with our minds. When we trust in the power of stillness, we give life the space to surprise us with its beauty and abundance. True power does not lie in chasing or controlling, it lies in the quiet confidence of knowing that what is meant for you will come. When you embrace the magnetic power of stillness, you align with the flow of the universe, and everything you need begins to find its way to you. In stillness, you are both the creator and the receiver, perfectly balanced in the flow of life, attracting everything you desire with grace and ease. The more you embrace stillness, the more you will see that all you've ever wanted is already on its way to you. Self-worth is the foundation upon which everything in your life is built. It is the internal belief in your inherent value, the knowing that you are worthy of love, success, happiness, and all the good things the world has to offer. When you understand and embrace your worth, the entire universe begins to respond accordingly. However, when you beg, chase, or live in fear, you are essentially denying your own value, and in doing so, you block the abundance that is waiting to flow into your life. The key to attracting everything you desire lies in knowing your worth. For when you truly believe in yourself, the world will mirror that belief back to you. Chasing after something, whether it's love, success, or validation, stems from a place of insecurity. When you feel that you must pursue something or someone in order to feel complete, you are signaling to the universe that you do not already have what you seek within you. The energy of chasing is one of lack, and this lack mentality repels the very things you want to attract. When you chase, you are not standing in your power. Instead of confidently drawing what you desire to you, you are constantly reaching outward, looking for something to fill a void that only you can truly fulfill. Chasing implies that you are incomplete, and nothing that is good for you will ever come from that space. Begging, similarly, comes from a place of desperation. When you beg for something or someone, you are showing the universe that you do not believe you are deserving of it. You are essentially saying, "I need this to be whole," instead of understanding that you are already whole. This act of desperation only pushes away what you seek, as it comes from a belief that you are not enough without it. The world mirrors this belief, and what you crave remains just out of reach. True power lies in the knowing that what you desire is already yours. You do not need to beg for it. You simply need to allow it to flow to you naturally. Fear is perhaps the most insidious of all. Fear stems from doubt and the belief that what you want is not possible, or worse, that you are not worthy of receiving it. When you operate from fear, you are constantly anticipating failure, rejection, or disappointment. This energy of fear sends a message to the universe that you do not trust in your own power, and as a result, it keeps you stuck in a cycle of scarcity. Fear is the opposite of self-worth. Where there is fear, there is no belief in your ability to attract and receive the good things life has to offer. When you face your fears, let go of doubt, and trust in yourself, you open up the space for your desires to manifest effortlessly. To know your worth is to stand confidently in the truth of who you are. It means recognizing that you are worthy of love, success, and abundance, not because of what you do, but because of who you are. When you value yourself, you no longer seek validation from external sources. You no longer chase after things that you believe will make you whole. You already know you are complete, and that everything you desire is already available to you. This inner knowing radiates out from you, and the world begins to reflect it back to you in the form of opportunities, loving relationships, and success. When you stand in your worth, you naturally attract what is in alignment with your energy. You become magnetic. People, circumstances, and events that match your vibration are drawn to you effortlessly. The universe responds to your inner belief, and everything you desire flows to you with ease. You no longer need to chase after what is meant for you, because it will find its way to you, guided by the force of your self-worth. You trust in the process and in your own ability to receive, knowing that what is yours will always find its way to you at the right time. The world mirrors back to you what you believe about yourself. If you believe you are worthy, the world will reflect that belief by offering you experiences that validate your worth. If you believe you are not deserving, the world will reflect that belief by keeping opportunities, love, and abundance just beyond your reach. Therefore, the most important work you can do is to cultivate a deep sense of self-worth. Understand that you are enough just as you are, and everything you desire is already on its way to you. When you stop begging, chasing, and fearing, and instead stand firm in the knowledge of your own worth, the world shifts. What you want no longer feels out of reach because you now understand that it is already yours. You are worthy of every good thing, and the universe will show you just how much. In conclusion, understanding and embracing your self-worth is the key to unlocking the abundant life that you deserve. When you stop chasing, begging, and fearing, and instead stand confidently in the knowledge that you are enough, the universe begins to mirror that belief back to you. Everything you desire is already within your reach. There is no need to chase or struggle for it. Trust in your inherent value, know that you are worthy, and watch as the world responds to your energy with opportunities, love, and success. Remember, your worth is not determined by external validation, but by the inner conviction that you are already complete. Thank you for your time and attention. May you continue to stand in your power, knowing that what is meant for you will always come to you effortlessly. Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin by dismantling a lie we've all been told, that others care about our every move, our every success, and our every failure. The truth is liberating but sobering. Nobody gives a damn. And that is your greatest blessing. When you realize that the opinions, judgments, and validations of others are mere shadows passing through your life, you are free. Free to live boldly, free to fail without fear, free to express without hesitation. I think about it, how often are you consumed with the details of someone else's journey? Rarely, if ever. The same holds true for them when it comes to you. But here lies the power. In this indifference, you gain autonomy. You no longer need to impress, to prove, or to be seen. Your worth is not tied to applause nor diminished by silence. You are the creator of your value, the sole architect of your reality. And imagine a life where you do not wait for recognition, where you act with conviction, because you know what you desire and who you are. That is the life waiting for you, once you let go of the need to be cared for by others. The truth is that this world moves swiftly. People are caught up in their own battles, their own dreams, their own desires. And that's okay. Their indifference is not an insult, it's an invitation for you to claim your power. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hold your hand and walk you to your dreams. You must be the one who rises, who believes in the unseen, and who dares to create the world they wish to inhabit. In the silence of others' indifference, find your voice. In their apathy, find your strength. And when the world doesn't stop to notice you, remember you don't need them to. You are enough, and your journey is your own. So go forward. Live boldly. Manifest unapologetically. Because in the end, the only one who must give a damn is you. And that, my friend, is all that ever mattered. In the vast tapestry of life, we often find ourselves yearning for validation, searching for a nod of approval, or hoping that someone will acknowledge our pain or applaud our triumphs. Yet the harsh but liberating truth is this: no one is obligated to care about your struggles or celebrate your victories. The world moves on, and so must you. Understanding this truth is not an act of resignation, but a profound realization of your own power. From an early age, we are conditioned to believe that our worth is tied to external affirmation. Parents, teachers, peers, and society often shape the idea that being seen and praised by others is the ultimate proof of our value. Over time, we carry this belief into adulthood, seeking constant reassurance from friends, colleagues, and even strangers. We post achievements online, waiting for likes and comments to flood in, as though these digital affirmations are the ultimate measure of success. But what happens when the applause dies down? What happens when the silence becomes deafening? For many, it brings doubt, fear, and an unsettling question: am I enough without their approval? The answer lies not in the external, but in the internal. No one can fully understand the depths of your journey, the silent battles you fight, the dreams that drive you, or the moments of resilience that go unnoticed. It's not their role to validate your existence or your efforts. This is not a reflection of their character, but a testament to the human condition. Each person is immersed in their own story, wrestling with their own struggles, and pursuing their own dreams. Their inability to focus on you is not neglect, it is simply the nature of life. This realization is where your liberation begins. When you stop relying on external validation, you take the reins of your own worth. You recognize that your value does not fluctuate based on others' opinions or attention. Whether someone applauds your success or ignores it, your accomplishment remains the same. Whether someone empathizes with your pain or walks past it, your resilience is unchanged. You are the constant in your story, the one who must stand firm when the world wavers. Learning to validate yourself is an act of self-love, self-trust, and self-respect. It begins by acknowledging your intrinsic worth, separate from external circumstances. You must remind yourself that your dreams are valid, your efforts are commendable, and your struggles are meaningful, not because someone else says so, but because you choose to believe it. You do not need a witness to justify your existence. Your very being is the evidence. This shift in perspective does not mean you should reject connection or community. Human relationships are vital, and sharing your journey with others can be enriching. However, it's essential to approach these interactions from a place of wholeness, not dependency. When you no longer seek others' validation, you allow relationships to flourish authentically, free from the burden of expectation. You engage with people as equals, not as judges or saviors. Self-validation also empowers you to take risks and pursue dreams unapologetically. Without the fear of external judgment, you can act boldly and authentically. You understand that failure is not a reflection of your worth, but a stepping stone to growth. When you validate yourself, you create an internal sanctuary of confidence and resilience, impervious to the shifting tides of others' opinions. In moments of doubt, when you long for someone to notice your efforts or comfort your pain, remember this: you are the one who knows the full story. You are the one who witnessed every small victory, every quiet moment of strength, and every tear shed in solitude. Who better to honor your journey than you? Stand in front of a mirror and affirm your worth. Write down your achievements, no matter how small, and celebrate them. Hold space for your emotions without judgment. This is the work of self-validation, and it is a lifelong practice. The truth that no one is obligated to care about your struggles or triumphs is not meant to isolate you but to set you free. It invites you to step into your power and recognize that your value is not contingent upon the fleeting attention of others. When you validate yourself, you become unshakable, a force rooted in self-belief and authenticity. And in this state, you discover the profound beauty of living for yourself, not for the applause of the crowd. Freedom, true freedom, is not the absence of challenges or the presence of material wealth. It is the liberation of the soul from the chains of approval. For as long as you seek validation from others, you remain bound, tethered to a reality shaped by external opinions, judgments, and expectations. The moment you release yourself from this pursuit, you step into a life governed not by the shifting tides of others' perceptions, but by the unwavering compass of your inner truth. The desire for approval is deeply ingrained in the human psyche. It begins in childhood, as we learn to measure our worth through the eyes of those around us. A parent's praise becomes the marker of good behavior. A teacher's acknowledgement signifies achievement. Over time, this need for external validation grows, embedding itself into our choices, dreams, and even our sense of identity. We begin to live not for ourselves, but for the applause of others, shaping our lives around what we believe will earn their acceptance. But what happens when that approval is withheld? What happens when the crowd turns away, indifferent to your efforts, or when their standards shift, leaving you chasing an ever-moving target? The answer is a life filled with anxiety, insecurity, and a deep sense of unfulfillment. For no matter how much approval you garner, it is never enough to sustain you. The moment you rely on others to define your worth, you hand over the key to your freedom. True liberation begins when you stop looking outward for affirmation and start turning inward for truth. Your inner truth is a reservoir of clarity and power, an unchanging guide that knows what is best for you even when the world does not. Living from this place requires courage, for it often means going against the grain. It means pursuing paths others might not understand, making choices that defy conventional wisdom, and embracing parts of yourself that others might reject. But in doing so, you reclaim your life as your own. To live from your inner truth is to honor the voice within you that whispers of your desires, your dreams, and your unique purpose. It is to trust that you are enough exactly as you are without the need for others to validate your existence. This does not mean you shut yourself off from the world or reject relationships. It means you approach them from a place of wholeness, free from the need for approval. You are not seeking completion from others, for you are already complete. Self-reliance is the foundation of this freedom. It is the ability to stand firmly on your own, knowing that your worth is not dependent on external factors. This does not imply that you must do everything alone. Rather, it means you trust yourself to navigate life's challenges, to make decisions rooted in your truth, and to find fulfillment within, rather than expecting it to come from others. When you cultivate self-reliance, you become unshakable, a beacon of strength and authenticity in a world that often demands conformity. There is a profound beauty in living this way. You are no longer swayed by the opinions of others, no longer imprisoned by the fear of judgment or rejection. You become free to express yourself authentically, to take risks, and to follow your passions without hesitation. You discover that your inner truth is a far more reliable guide than the fleeting approval of others. And in this state, you find a deep, abiding sense of peace, for you are living a life that is truly your own. The path to self-reliance is not always easy. It requires unlearning years of conditioning, letting go of the need to be liked or admired, and confronting the fears that keep you tethered to the approval of others. But the rewards are immeasurable. With each step you take towards self-reliance, you free yourself from the limitations imposed by others. You begin to see the world not as a stage where you must perform for applause, but as a canvas where you can paint your own masterpiece. To live from your inner truth is to embrace your full power. It is to understand that freedom is not given to you by others, it is claimed by you through your choices, your beliefs, and your unwavering commitment to being authentically yourself. When you stop seeking approval and start trusting yourself, you step into a life of unparalleled freedom. This is the liberation of the soul, a life lived boldly, unapologetically, and entirely on your own terms. The power of assumption is a force that shapes your reality in ways you might not yet comprehend. At the core of this principle lies a profound truth: your world mirrors what you believe to be true about yourself. When you assume that your worth is inherent and independent of others' opinions, you unlock a level of freedom and empowerment that transforms your entire existence. The shift begins within, in the quiet space of your mind, where assumptions about yourself dictate the way you experience life. Many people live as though their value is conditional, dependent on the validation of others. They measure their worth by external markers, compliments, achievements, and the approval of those around them. This creates a fragile sense of self, one that rises and falls with the opinions of others. When praise is abundant, they feel worthy. When criticism or indifference appears, their confidence wavers. This cycle of dependency keeps them bound, unable to fully realize their potential or embrace their authenticity. But imagine for a moment that your worth was not tied to anything outside of yourself. Imagine that it was a constant, as unshakable as the sun in the sky. This is not a fantasy, it is a reality you can create through the power of assumption. When you assume that you are inherently valuable, deserving, and complete, regardless of external circumstances, you begin to embody this truth. And as you embody it, the world around you begins to reflect it. The principle is simple but profound. What you assume to be true becomes the foundation of your reality. If you assume that your worth depends on others' opinions, you will unconsciously seek evidence to support this belief. You may find yourself chasing validation, altering your behavior to please others, or feeling diminished when approval is withheld. On the other hand, if you assume that your worth is intrinsic and unwavering, you begin to carry yourself differently. You stop seeking external confirmation and start radiating confidence from within. This inner shift creates an outer shift. The way others perceive and interact with you changes because you have changed the way you perceive yourself. Assuming your worth is independent of others' opinions does not mean you become indifferent or arrogant. It means you no longer allow external judgments to dictate your sense of self. You understand that everyone sees the world through their own lens, shaped by their experiences, biases, and beliefs. Their opinions about you are not a reflection of your true worth, but of their own perceptions. When you internalize this truth, you free yourself from the need to prove anything to anyone. You are enough simply because you exist. This assumption empowers you to take risks, pursue your dreams, and live authentically. Without the fear of judgment, you are free to express yourself fully. You no longer hesitate to follow your passions or stand by your convictions because your confidence is rooted within. You understand that your worth is not up for debate, it is a given. This self-assurance creates a magnetic energy that draws opportunities, relationships, and experiences aligned with your highest self. Letting go of the need to impress others is one of the most liberating decisions you can make. It frees you from a cycle of superficial pursuits and redirects your energy toward building a life that genuinely fulfills you. When you realize that most people are far more focused on their own lives than they are on yours, the pressure to perform, please, or prove yourself dissolves. What remains is the clarity to live authentically, guided by your own aspirations and values, rather than the fleeting opinions of others. The desire to impress is deeply rooted in human nature. It stems from an innate need to belong and to be valued within a community. But in modern society, this instinct has often been distorted into a relentless quest for validation. Social media, societal expectations, and cultural norms amplify this tendency, encouraging people to curate their lives in ways that appear impressive rather than authentic. The result is a hollow form of connection, built on appearances rather than substance, which ultimately leaves people feeling empty and disconnected. The truth is, most people are not paying as much attention to you as you think. They are consumed with their own concerns, their own dreams, and their own insecurities. Even when they do notice your efforts to impress, their judgments are fleeting and often forgotten. Recognizing this can be both humbling and empowering. It allows you to step back and ask yourself, why am I expending so much energy on this? What would happen if I stopped trying to impress others and started focusing on what truly matters to me? When you release the need to impress, you reclaim the energy that was once spent on maintaining appearances. You no longer feel compelled to wear masks, chase approval, or conform to expectations that do not align with your authentic self. This shift creates space for you to explore what truly brings you joy and fulfillment. It invites you to prioritize your well-being, pursue your passions, and nurture relationships that are built on mutual respect and understanding rather than superficial admiration. Letting go of this need also fosters a deeper sense of self-worth. When you stop seeking external validation, you begin to cultivate an internal sense of confidence. You realize that your value is not determined by how others perceive you, but by how you perceive yourself. This shift in perspective allows you to approach life with greater authenticity and courage. You are no longer bound by the fear of judgment, which liberates you to take risks, embrace vulnerability, and grow into the fullest version of yourself. Focusing on a fulfilled life rather than an impressive one requires a redefinition of success. Society often equates success with status, wealth, or accolades, things that are visible and measurable. But true success is deeply personal. It is found in the quiet moments of contentment, in the pursuit of meaningful goals, and in the relationships that nourish your soul. When you prioritize fulfillment over impressing others, you shift your focus from what will they think to what truly matters to me. This subtle but profound change transforms the way you live. Living a fulfilled life does not mean rejecting ambition or abandoning the desire for excellence. It means aligning your ambitions with your authentic self, rather than with the expectations of others. It means pursuing goals that resonate with your inner truth, rather than those designed to elicit approval. This alignment creates a sense of purpose and satisfaction that external validation can never provide. Releasing the need to impress also deepens your relationships. When you approach others without the burden of trying to prove your worth, you create space for genuine connection. People are drawn to authenticity they sense when someone is at ease with themselves. By letting go of the need to impress, you give others permission to do the same, fostering an environment of mutual acceptance and respect. The energy you once used to impress others can be redirected toward creating a life that reflects your deepest values and desires. Instead of striving to meet external expectations, you focus on nurturing your inner world. You invest in your growth, your passions, and your well-being. This shift not only enhances your own life but also inspires those around you. For when you live authentically, you become a beacon of possibility, showing others that they too can let go of the need to impress and embrace the freedom of living true to themselves. Letting go of this need is not always easy. It requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to confront the fears that keep you tethered to external validation. But the rewards are immeasurable. You gain a sense of freedom, clarity, and peace that can only come from living authentically. You realize that your energy is best spent on creating a life that fulfills you, rather than impressing those who are too engrossed in their own lives to truly notice. This is the path to a life of depth, meaning, and lasting happiness. Indifference is often perceived as something cold or negative, yet when embraced with the right perspective, it becomes a source of immense power. The realization that nobody truly gives a damn about your failures, successes, or choices might initially feel disheartening. However, it is one of the most liberating truths you will ever encounter. Accepting this reality frees you from the shackles of seeking validation and empowers you to take risks, make bold decisions, and fully own your journey. Many people live as though the world is constantly watching, scrutinizing their every move. They hesitate to step out of their comfort zones, fearing judgment, rejection, or ridicule. But here's the truth: most people are too absorbed in their own lives to truly care about yours. They might glance at your successes or failures momentarily, but their attention quickly shifts back to their own concerns. This indifference is not a reflection of your worth, but simply a reminder of human nature. Everyone is the protagonist of their own story, and their focus rarely lingers on the details of others' lives. Understanding this creates a profound sense of freedom. If nobody is truly invested in your choices, what is stopping you from making the ones that resonate with your deepest desires? The fear of judgment begins to lose its grip, and you realize that the only person who needs to care about your journey is you. This shift in perspective allows you to embrace risks and pursue goals without the weight of others' expectations holding you back. When you stop seeking approval, you gain the courage to fail. Failure is often feared not because of the experience itself, but because of how others might perceive it. The thought of being judged or ridiculed can be paralyzing. But when you accept that most people are indifferent, failure becomes less daunting. It is no longer a public spectacle, but a private lesson and opportunity to learn, grow, and refine your approach. This mindset encourages experimentation and innovation, as you are no longer constrained by the need to appear flawless. Embracing indifference allows you to own your journey fully. You stop living for others and start living for yourself. This doesn't mean you become selfish or disregard others' feelings. Rather, it means you prioritize your authenticity and align your actions with your true values and aspirations. You take responsibility for your choices, knowing that the path you walk is yours alone. This ownership brings a sense of empowerment and fulfillment that external validation could never provide. Turning indifference into power also helps you build resilience. Life is filled with challenges, and not everyone will support or understand your choices. But when you stop seeking external validation, you become less affected by criticism or rejection. You learn to trust your own judgment and find strength within. This inner confidence acts as an anchor, keeping you steady even when the external world feels uncertain or unsupportive. When you stop trying to win approval, you often gain respect. People are drawn to authenticity and courage. When you live boldly and unapologetically, you inspire others to do the same. Your actions become a testament to the power of owning your journey, and you may find that others begin to take notice not because you sought their attention, but because your authenticity shines. This transformation begins with a simple but profound acceptance: nobody gives a shit. And that's okay. It is not your job to impress the world or live up to others' expectations. Your responsibility is to honor your truth, pursue your dreams, and create a life that fulfills you. When you embrace this mindset, indifference becomes a source of power, freeing you to take risks, grow through failure, and fully own your journey. The path ahead is yours to define, unencumbered by the fleeting opinions of others. True power and fulfillment come not from the world around you, but from the one you create within yourself. Many people spend their lives chasing external validation, craving acknowledgement from others, or seeking fulfillment through material accomplishments. Yet these pursuits often leave them feeling empty, for external approval is fleeting, and the satisfaction it brings quickly fades. What truly matters is the inner reality you cultivate: your thoughts, beliefs, and sense of self. This is where the foundation of lasting fulfillment and manifestation lies. The external world is a mirror of your internal state. The quality of your experiences is not determined by the circumstances you encounter, but by how you perceive and respond to them. If you focus on building a world of peace, confidence, and abundance within yourself, the external world will naturally reflect this harmony. However, if you allow your inner state to be dictated by the ever-changing opinions and actions of others, you surrender your power and become a prisoner of circumstances. Seeking attention or acknowledgement from others often distracts you from this inner work. The need for external validation creates a dependence on things you cannot control, leaving you vulnerable to disappointment and insecurity. No matter how much praise or recognition you receive, it will never be enough if your inner world is chaotic or lacking. True contentment arises when you no longer need others to confirm your worth, because you have already claimed it for yourself. To manifest from within, you must first become deeply acquainted with your inner world. This requires time and introspection, as well as a willingness to confront the fears, doubts, and limiting beliefs that may be holding you back. It is not an easy process, but it is essential for true transformation. As you cultivate a deeper awareness of your thoughts and emotions, you gain the ability to choose which beliefs to nurture and which to release. This practice strengthens your inner foundation and prepares you to manifest with clarity and intention. Imagination plays a crucial role in this process. The inner world you create through imagination is a preview of the life you wish to live. When you vividly picture your desires as already fulfilled, you create a powerful blueprint for your reality. This is not mere daydreaming, it is a deliberate act of creation. By repeatedly affirming and visualizing your desired outcomes, you impress these ideas upon your subconscious mind, which then works to bring them into being. Focusing on your inner world also deepens your sense of purpose. When you stop chasing external approval, you are free to explore what truly matters to you. You can pursue goals that align with your values and passions, rather than those designed to impress others. This alignment brings a sense of authenticity and fulfillment that external recognition can never provide. When you manifest from within, you also cultivate resilience. Life is unpredictable and external circumstances will not always align with your expectations. But when your inner world is strong and stable, you are better equipped to navigate challenges and setbacks. You understand that your power lies not in controlling the outside world, but in maintaining your inner peace and clarity, no matter what unfolds around you. The world you create within determines the quality of your life. External attention and acknowledgement may bring temporary pleasure, but they are not the source of lasting fulfillment. What matters is the inner reality you cultivate, the beliefs, visions, and feelings you choose to nurture. By focusing on your inner world, you reclaim your power to manifest a life of purpose, joy, and abundance, independent of the fleeting opinions of others. This is the true essence of freedom and creation, building a reality from the inside out. In conclusion, the essence of this message is simple yet profound. Your life is your creation, born from the depths of your inner world. Chasing external validation, impressing others, or fearing their indifference only leads to a cycle of dissatisfaction. True power lies in liberating yourself from these illusions and aligning with your authentic desires. When you stop seeking approval and start living boldly from your truth, you unlock the freedom to create a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and joy. The world you imagine within is far more important than the fleeting opinions or attention of others. Embrace indifference as a gift, turn it into strength, and focus your energy on manifesting the life you envision. Your worth has never been dependent on others, it's yours to claim here and now. Thank you for embarking on this journey of self-realization and empowerment. May you walk forward with confidence, knowing that the life you desire is already within your reach.